Hello, and welcome to the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet. We're here with North Clarion Boys Soccer and their coach, Heather Bish. First, I want you to go through and introduce yourselves to everybody, and then we'll start.
I'm Jacob Healy.
I'm Owen Walter.
I'm Logan Bish.
I'm Asher Bell.
And Coach, this was kind of a really special season for you guys. A little bit of a slow start, and then you guys took off and you made a big playoff run. What did it mean to North Clarion and Forest communities to have the soccer team play so well this year?
I think it was a big thing for this community to see that these boys can do something with this talent that they've had, right? To be able to push towards a playoff season that they've never experienced before. And the community involvement we had this year with the parents at the games and cheering these boys on, I think it was a great thing for this community to experience. Mm-hmm. North Clarion not having a home-based football program, I think this soccer program is going to bring that football-type environment to the school.
Yeah, and you and your husband, Andy, coached the team. What was it like coaching two of your sons, too? Pretty interesting dynamic, right?
Yes, it was an interesting dynamic, to say the least. My husband and I had an interesting conversation before the season started, me being a little bit more knowledgeable about the sport. I was interested to see if he was going to let me take charge or if he was going to try to step up. Technically, he's listed as the head coach because he's at North Clarion. But he did let me take charge, which was kind of nice. Coaching the boys, one of them is a little bit too much like me, so we butt heads a little bit.
That'd be you. I'm assuming by your nod.
The other one takes a little bit more criticism easily from mom and dad than the older one. So it was fun, though.
What was it like? I mean, it had to be fun and all those things, right?
Yeah, it was definitely, it's not new to me. She's coached me ever since I was really little. But like she said, me and her are really alike, so we butt heads very, very easily. And it came out, I think, on the third day of practice, and I was already running laps around the field as everybody else was doing drills. And it was just a great experience to have both of them coaching me.
Now, was there a particular moment, particular match during the season where you guys came together and you knew, hey, we got something going on here?
I think our first CL match. We played really, really well in the first half, and we showed that we can keep up as a team with any team in the district. But we were at that point in the season, we were kind of just starting to get our feet still, and we really exploded onto the scene, keeping them 2-0 at half.
Yeah.
And it was just a great experience for us.
Yeah. What was the experience like for you? Just talk a little bit about what it meant to you and this team to turn in a season like this, wearing those North Clarion colors.
It was really just an eye-opener because I've watched both older brothers play from junior high the whole way through. So watching us as a team grow from being with Forest my freshman year, winning maybe one game, to winning multiple games this year and making it to the playoffs. It was just an eye-opener, and just the fact that we can go that far if we put our head to it and just determine it. And we can go so much further than we ever thought. Yeah,
and it's still a co-op, right, between each Forest where you go, that's Forest, North Clarion. How did that dynamic work with the East and West Forest, you yourself being from East Forest? How did that dynamic work with the other North Clarion kind of mesh? Seems like you guys really meshed well together.
I feel like the season went overall very well. Definitely being with North Clarion was definitely a good. I enjoy it a lot better than being with Forest. Personal experience, but
yeah,
I'm honestly I'm glad that we switched over because Mrs. Bish definitely helped us out, gave us the mentality, same with Andy Bish, to really push us and knew what we were capable of.
Right. What were your kind of, what did it mean to you to have this kind of season?
It was a good experience for all the freshmen to just make the playoffs and get that experience in for next year. When just losing the seniors, that's sad, but we should have an even better season next year.
Yeah, that's really what it's all about, isn't it, Coach? Kind of building not just for this year, having that experience and building for the future, you have a really good young nucleus coming back that you have to feel like this is the beginning, not the middle or the end.
Right. The push to get the team to North Clarion was a huge push for me because I knew how much talent we had coming up through, and I knew so much potential that they had, and I wanted to make sure that they were getting pushed to get where they can be. This freshman class I've been with since they were 7 years old coaching them, so I know that they play so well together and they understand the style of play that I want them to do. The 8th grader is going to be freshmen coming up. I've coached them as well, so I know that they'll just step onto that field and just gel well with the rest of the boys that we have. Next year is going to be, I have a great feeling it's going to be a great season for us. Just being able to know that these boys have played together since they were 7 years old, even stepping on with the older kids, because some of them have played here or there with them, so they understand. I think it's going to be a great dynamic, and I think these boys are going to do amazing next year.
Okay, we'll take a break and we'll come back and talk some more with the North Clarion boys soccer team.
The Cooper Discoverer Road Plus Trail AT, our most trusted truck tire, is now better than ever and available for your truck or SUV. They're designed for the reliability and durability to find adventure beyond the pavement and are backed by a Cooper mileage warranty of up to 65,000 miles. Learn more about the reliable Discoverer Road Plus Trail AT at exploreClarion.com. Count on Cooper. Or stop by Carly Tires in Clarion. Carly Tires, the area's largest selection of tires. Need reliable plumbing or heating services? Call Luton's Plumbing and Heating. Fast, friendly, and available 24/7. Call them at 814-226-8695.
Hi, my name is Jason and welcome to Sweet Basil. Come on in.
Afford a gorgeous, custom-designed hardwood Kale's Kitchen for a lot less than you'd pay at a DIY store. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. At Kale's, there are never middleman markups or hidden charges that can add 40%. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. That's FactoryDirectKitchens.net.
A division of M&B Group is your trusted local ready-mix supplier for residential and commercial projects. Dubrook provides a full line of decorative concrete, as well as concrete supplies, along with a variety of concrete tools and accessories. Dubrook can provide services large or small for residential and commercial projects to contractors or homeowners. Dubrook is here to provide you with options and ideas to make planning your next project simple. Let Dubrook help you with the supplies you need to get the job done. Dubrook is proud to support our local communities with plants in Clarion, Du Bois, St. Mary's, Butler, Evans City, Bradford, and Meadville. Call 1-844-382-7665.
Modern Living Solutions in Knox is always on the lookout for driven, positive individuals to join their team. They offer career growth opportunities and industry-leading pay. No experience is necessary as training is provided. Apply today and build a future with Modern Living Solutions.
All right, welcome back to the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet. I'm here with members of the North Clarion soccer team and co-head coach Heather Bish. And I want to talk a little bit about your background. I know you have an extensive soccer background. You're originally from Michigan.
Yes.
Near Ann Arbor, or a little bit north of Ann Arbor, right?
I'm actually about 45 minutes north of Detroit.
Oh, Detroit.
Yeah. So
and,
in the thumb area.
In the thumb area.
Yeah.
Obviously, you played a lot of soccer there. What did that experience teach you now that you've come full circle back into soccer as a co-head coach, coaching some of your sons and these young men in the battle on the soccer pitch?
Right. Since I was 2 years old or younger, like I had a ball being bounced off my head because my father is a from Scotland, so it was bred into me at that point, and it was the only thing that I ever wanted to do and play. When it came to high school in Michigan, is a lot more students in the populated area that I live in, so soccer was a little bit more prevalent where I grew up. Moving here to this rural Clarion County, it was hard when I started having kids. I knew that I wanted them to play and to find somewhere that they could play. We started at the Y, and then the Clarion River Strikers program reached out to me because they saw me coaching the Y and said, we would like you to help coach the program. So that's where I stepped into that and got into that. And then that's where building this program, North Clarion, we have, in the Strikers program, we have kids from every one of the KSAC schools playing for us.
Wow.
So it builds every school program around the area, which is kind of nice to get that soccer knowledge and that love of the game here in Clarion County that I knew I wanted it because I love it so much. Yeah, so when it came to college, I chose a school that was going to let me play. That was unfortunately my first thought as a player, is I wanted to play. Schooling was in the second to me, but then getting into college, I knew that schooling had to come in there somewhere.
Yeah, you went to a pretty good soccer college, Slippery Rock University.
Right.
Noreen Healy, the coach. I think you were on a championship team.
Yeah, we made it to the NCAA playoffs. I think it was my junior year we made it to the first round. My senior year we made it to the Sweet 16.
So you were on some great soccer teams. What did that experience teach you too? You go from Michigan to SRU, playing Division II soccer, high level soccer.
Yeah.
That must have been a dream for you, a real eye opener for you too.
It was amazing. Like, just to have that experience of college playing, coming into a team of, people from Ireland, people from Norway, people from New Jersey, just meeting all these different people and seeing the different styles of play and merging together as a team. It was a great experience for me. And then I never thought that I would ever be in an NCAA tournament. So when we got that bid my junior year, it was amazing. Like, I could not have imagined it. And then my senior year, it was such an excitement to win the first game. And then to be able to travel to go to that second game, it was great. And
how much did you learn about coaching from Noreen? Probably a ton, I would imagine, because she's one of the kind of the legends.
Yes, it's a different style of play, right? Every person that plays the game has a different style of play and how you want to play it, but to understand how to develop a practice and guide a practice around what you want your team to be able to do. So going to practices every day and seeing what we were focusing on, because I knew what our team was structured around, gave me a lot of insight into, how I was going to end up coaching. And I knew I always wanted to. I knew that I wanted to keep it in part of my life the whole way through. So it was nice.
And obviously growing up, it sounds like you had the soccer ball on your feet all the time too, right?
Yeah, from the time I could walk, I either had a soccer ball at my feet or a basketball in my hands. And I've kind of started to become more like her in these last couple of years, where I want to continue that dream, play in college. And she's been a really big part of it. Both my parents have. They've pushed me ever since I was little to keep going and to not give up on the field, because I like to give up a lot when I get hurt. And I've been pushed through a lot, and I'm glad I have, because it's really made me a great kid through these last couple of years, and I've loved playing for him every second of it.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of soccer knowledge, right, imparted to you guys. How much have you already learned from Andy and Heather and growing up playing soccer in this program?
Growing up, I didn't really play that much soccer, but definitely playing 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade now. Started off pretty slow, didn't really know how the game was working until finally everything started clicking. Heather was like, "Asher, what are we doing sometimes?" And I'm like, "I don't even know." And then she was like, "Come on, you know what you're doing, just keep your head on the ball and you'll be good." And then ever since she said that, pushed right on through, got everything that needed to be done.
So you started later then?
Yeah.
Well,
I played probably whenever I was like 6, 7, 8 before I moved to this area. But then freshman year, I really started playing.
What made you to really dive in and get really interested?
Really, my older brother, he played for Forest. He was number 20. I'm number 20. I just wanted to follow in his footsteps and push and determine myself like how he did.
Yeah, what's the biggest impact that that soccer and this coaching has had on you guys?
I think it's made definitely a big impact. It's definitely a sport I really have enjoyed my whole life playing. Honestly, I couldn't thank my coaches honestly enough for help pushing me through and believing in me of what I could do. Because the amount of goals I've scored this season was crazy compared to any other season. I've probably scored more goals this year compared to my freshman, juniors, sophomore year, all together. Honestly, I can't thank them enough. Being under Forrest, it was definitely a lot laid back, not like pushing as hard as we could. I just can't thank my coaches enough, honestly.
And so you're a freshman, right? Correct. Yeah. So you're just really kind of starting out in high school. But do you play? When did you start playing?
Young, playing developmental soccer here in Clarion, and then really started playing when on the travel soccer team Heather coached, and I fell in love with soccer, like just playing good and understanding the game.
Yeah, so you have a really good mix then. You have some mix of experienced players. You had some mix of people who had started maybe a little later. It sounds like you did a really good job kind of meshing them all together and getting them all on the same page. That must have been kind of challenging at times, right?
Yeah, that's part of high school sports in general. Any sport in high school, you have those completely different ability levels, and it's learning how to put them on the field or the court together that it's going to benefit the team and make the team better. So it was an interesting mix, but I knew every kid that we had coming back this year had some sort of knowledge of the sport. We just had to finesse some of them a little bit more and teach them a little bit more, but it was a great mix of boys to actually have that different ability level, because the higher ability level kids give a little bit more comfort to those lower level kids and help them out and guide them. So I'm not the only one giving instruction sometimes. Sometimes those kids that have more skill or more time on the ball are helping those other ones out too.
All right, we're going to take one more break, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more with the North Clarion boys soccer team. This is the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show.
are the window to your soul, so take care of them. The Laurel Eye Clinic provides complete care from annual exams, glasses and contacts to cataract and retinal surgery, LASIK, and more. As a trusted leader in family eye care for 50 years, you can trust them with yours. Call or visit us online today.
Clarion County Community Bank, you're more than just a number. With personalized service and modern conveniences, they make banking easy. Clarion County Community Bank, where community comes first. This game is brought to you by Tionesta Builders? No, Tionesta Builder Supply. Family-owned and operated home improvement centers located in Tionesta and Shippenville. Discover Road Plus Trail AT, our most trusted truck tire, is now better than ever and available for your truck or SUV. They're designed for the reliability and durability to find adventure beyond the pavement and are backed by a Cooper mileage warranty of up to 65,000 miles. Learn more about the reliable Discover Road Plus Trail AT at CooperTire.com. Count on Cooper. Or stop by Carly Tires in Clarion. Carly Tires, the area's largest selection of tires. Need reliable plumbing or heating services? Call Luton's Plumbing and Heating. Fast, friendly, and available 24/7. Call them at 814-226-8695. Living Solutions in Knox is always on the lookout for driven, positive individuals to join their team. They offer career growth opportunities and industry-leading pay. No experience is necessary as training is provided. Apply today and build a future with modern Living Solutions.
Hi, my name is Jason, and welcome to Sweet Basil. Come on in.
Afford a gorgeous, custom-designed hardwood Kale's kitchen for a lot less than you'd pay at a DIY store. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. At Kale's, there are never middleman markups or hidden charges that can add 40%. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. That's FactoryDirectKitchens.net.
Dubrook, a division of M&B Group, is your trusted local ready-mix supplier for residential and commercial projects. Dubrook provides a full line of decorative concrete, as well as concrete supplies, along with a variety of concrete tools and accessories. Dubrook can provide services large or small for residential and commercial projects to contractors or homeowners. Dubrook is here to provide you with options and ideas to make planning your next project simple. Let Dubrook help you with the supplies you need to get the job done. Dubrook is proud to support our local communities with plants in Clarion, Du Bois, St. Mary's, Butler, Evans City, Bradford, and Meadville. Call 1-844-382-7665.
Welcome back. We're here with the North Clarion boys soccer team. This is the Redbank Chevrolet Main Street Sports Show, and I want to talk a little bit about kind of what you hope this program will turn into. Like we talked about in one of the segments, you know, this might just be the beginning. What is the ultimate goal that you have and some of these guys have to take this program to the next level and become consistent contenders, not just in the KSAC, but the district?
Right. I mean, the main goal, right, the big goal that I think every athlete wants, high school athlete wants, is to win that district champ, right, be called the district champ. So building this program to where it could be a district champ and continue to thrive and be considered a powerhouse is kind of the main goal, right? I think that's every sport, every school around the area wants that to happen. So building this program and these athletes starting at a young age in the elementary school, right? Making sure that they're learning the game at a young age, starting with the basic skills of how to dribble a ball, how to pass a ball. And then by the time they get to that junior high level, you can go into more gameplay so they understand the whole gameplay of it. And then building that program and keeping it thriving, especially in these areas with it being such small student population. To be able to maintain a team is getting really hard right now with every sport.
Yeah.
So trying to build that love of the game that everybody wants to play. You know, like you want kids in the elementary school saying, I want to be part of the North Clarion soccer team because they're district champs, because they're going to state playoffs every year. That's kind of the main goal.
Yeah, you came pretty close this year. You took Brockway to the brink. Brockway ended up going on and winning the district championship. Right. You gave them everything they could handle. Yeah. How big was that for you guys to play so well down the stretch and play so well in that district playoffs to kind of say, hey, this wasn't a fluke. We belonged, right?
I think all of us knew that we were a genuine contender. When we found out the bracket, and everything fell into place for us on our way there, we had every game that could have happened for us watching it. The stars aligned, and we took Brockway. It's probably one of, I think, our best games of the year as a team. And if we would have pulled that out, I think we would have had a very good shot at heading to that state title or state playoffs.
Yeah. And you mentioned the striker program. Right. Obviously, that's where it starts. You have to get those younger kids up. Is that kind of really where you want to kind of put a lot of your eggs in that basket, try to get when they finally get to high school to have them have the skills and have the ability that they can just hit the ground running, right?
Yeah. The strikers program has done amazing for the sport of soccer around this area. We started it with just the traveling team, but we started the developmental program, I can't even tell you how many years ago, but that's kind of like the feeder program into our traveling strikers program that feeds into now the high school programs. So you start with the developmental of 4 and 5-year-old kids, and at that point it's just fun for them, but they have a ball at their feet. And just running around and kicking a ball builds the basic skills sometimes. So you start with those 4 and 5-year-olds, get to 7 and 8, where you start maybe concentrating a little bit more on the form of how you pass the ball, the form of how you dribble. And then by that time, those 7 and 8 year olds, you see who's showing signs of development, who can we push to maybe play on the travel team, and really hone in on the skills and really focus on what it takes to be a great player on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, the Strikers program has been amazing for all the KSAC schools, like I said.
Yeah, I have a 5-year-old. When she kicks a ball, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Just kick, kick,
right?
kick.
But the ball's at her feet.
But the ball's at her feet when
Right.
she gets to be 7 or 8, like you said, and she starts to get more refined motor skills and understands what she's doing with it. That's what you want, and that's what you want for these boys. And you're gonna start seeing a lot of the people you're playing with, right, from the Striker program on other teams. So that's gonna be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like after every game, I know a player or two from every team. I go up to them, I talk to them for a while after the game, give them a hug or something, say great game. Like, I've known a lot of these guys since I was 7, 8 years old, played with most of them. And it's nice knowing if, like, that's their top player, like, how do we shut them down? Because I've played with them for I don't know how long at this point. And it's just like, I can tell my team, watch out, like, he's left-footed, he will not go right.
Yeah.
And we will shut down his left foot, and he's out of the game. But some players are harder to do that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Was it kind of fun for you coaching some of these kids on other teams that you probably coached?
I mean, there's so many of these kids, whether it's the CL Clarion boys, some of those older seniors that have graduated. I've coached some of them with helps of other coaches, coached a couple of Redbank boys. So, like, it's hard for me to coach against them because I care for them. Like, I've coached them since they were little. So, like, I've grown to like these kids and love these kids. So it's really hard to coach against them. But then when the game is done, I'm proud of you. You did well. Even though, you know, whether we won or lost, right? You still see those other kids and say, you did well. I'm proud of you.
So it sounds like you are really, really invested in soccer in this area for a long time. And now, you know, finding someone with that passion, that's got to be more than half the battle, right? To have that passion that you have for the sport.
Yeah, I am ecstatic at what it's becoming around this area. Like, I mean, like I said, I grew up loving the sport, playing the sport, understanding the sport, and moving here. I was really struggling with the fact of, is my kid going to be able to play around here because it's not here? So, like, seeing it where it is now, it's amazing to me, and I love it. Like, I'm so glad that it has become what it has around here.
And I'm sure you know there's room for it to get even better, and I'm sure that's something that you're gonna try to do. Is there? Do you have plans? Do you have something more that you want to do to try to grow the sport even more?
I'm really gonna. This was our toe in the water as a North Clarion program, so I didn't want to do too much right now. But looking into the future, I want to start an elementary, like doing elementary camps in the summer and getting these older boys with the younger boys to kind of build that, little bit of a relationship with the younger kids and like, hey, they're kind of cool, big kids. We like them. Maybe we want to play the sport that they're playing and try to grow that love at the elementary school. So, yeah, I mean, my goal is to start building it in the elementary a little bit more than just the Strikers program, offering them some things with whether it's just me or whether it's the boys being there to help. That would be the ultimate goal, to grow this program.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today. Good luck in the future.
Thank you.
This has been the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet. When we come back, we're gonna talk about football, and we're gonna talk about volleyball and the soccer playoffs. So come on back, and thanks again, guys, and good luck with everything.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Are the window to your soul, so take care of them. The Laurel Eye Clinic provides complete care from annual exams, glasses and contacts to cataract and retinal surgery, LASIK and more. As a trusted leader in family eye care for 50 years, you can trust them with yours. Call or visit us online today.
Clarion County Community Bank, you're more than just a number. With personalized service and modern conveniences, they make banking easy. Clarion County Community Bank, where community comes first. This game is brought to you by Tionesta Builders? No, Tionesta Builders Supply. Family-owned and operated home improvement centers located in Tionesta and Shippenville. The Cooper Discoverer Road Plus Trail AT, our most trusted truck tire, is now better than ever and available for your truck or SUV. They're designed for the reliability and durability to find adventure beyond the pavement and are backed by a Cooper mileage warranty of up to 65,000 miles. Learn more about the reliable Discoverer Road Plus Trail AT at CooperTire.com. Count on Cooper. Or stop by Carly Tires in Clarion. Carly Tires, the area's largest selection of tires. Need reliable plumbing or heating services? Call Luton's Plumbing and Heating. Fast, friendly, and available 24/7. Call them at 814-226-8695. Modern Living Solutions in Knox is always on the lookout for driven, positive individuals to join their team. They offer career growth opportunities and industry-leading pay. No experience is necessary as training is provided. Apply today and build a future with Modern Living Solutions.
Hello, and welcome back to the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet. We're going to talk some football, then we're going to talk some playoff soccer and volleyball. First, we got a pretty action-packed week here of football. We got some teams playing in the District 9 playoffs. First game we're going to talk about is Keystone at Port Allegheny. This is a Week 1 rematch. Obviously, a lot has changed since Week 1 for both teams, but for Port Allegheny, wow, what a run they've been on. They're 10-0. They're rolling, they're cruising, and they have some serious stats this year. Let me read something here. 2,000-yard rushers this year. Aiden Bliss leads the way with 2,011 yards and 37 touchdowns. Obviously, he's kind of the key to Port Allegheny's offense. And in talking to Keystone coach Todd Smith, he said one of the keys this week is going to be tackling Aiden Bliss. That's something that not a lot of teams have been able to do. But Keystone actually played them pretty tough in Week 1. It was a loss, but they went up to Port Allegheny and played well. Now Keystone has been playing exceptionally well here over the stretch. They got a playoff win over Ridgeway last week, in a game in which quarterback Dom Corsetti threw for 200 yards and rushed for 200 yards. He's inching closer to 1,000 yards rushing this year. And he is really growing coming into his own this year for Keystone. Now, another District 9 semifinal this week is Redbank Valley playing Union. That game is Friday night at 7, and that game is on Brookville's new stadium at their new turf field. And Redbank Valley and Union AC Valley, another Week 1 rematch. Those two teams matched up in Week 1 with Redbank Valley winning 49-13. And again, both of these teams have been through a lot, and they're not the same teams that they were in Week 1. So not a whole lot you can gain from analyzing that first game. But the Redbank Valley, everyone knows the skill guys that they have. Braylon Wagner at quarterback, he's having another really good year. He's a threat to throw, he's a threat to run. And all those weapons he has, Jackson Huffman, Rylan Rupp, Drew Byers, the list goes on and on. They're an offensive juggernaut. They're trying to shore things up front, and I think they found a good mix. Brock Monrian's back at left tackle, so that line's been kind of solidified. Now Union AC Valley, they have been rolling too, especially offensively. They won a shootout this past week in the playoffs, in which they scored 57 points, and it all starts with Owen Bish. He has been a tremendous quarterback this season for Union AC Valley. A threat to run, a threat to throw. He's piling up yards. And Max Gallagher had a monster game for Union AC Valley last week. He had, I believe, 120 yards rushing, 100 yards receiving, 10 tackles. He's been all over the field, and he almost didn't play because he hurt his foot doing landscaping earlier in the week, but he was able to play. So that should be an intriguing matchup as well. Then you have Brockway playing Somerset in a regional game. That game's at Carm City on Friday. Brockway beat St. Mary's for the District 9 Class 3A champion. Remember, Brockway went up to 3A. they won that game to move on to this game against Somerset, and they have a really good young quarterback in Patton, who is putting up some big numbers, and Caleb Doherty has been a great receiver for them, so that should be an intriguing matchup. But really, what all these games boil down to is playoff football. When you go on, losing you go home. So it's a big week for these teams to kind of show their ability to kind of rally around themselves, to find a way to win these games. The weather's still going to be good on Friday night. We really haven't had a bad weather night yet. So we're looking at some really good football weather on Friday. So the weather shouldn't be an issue for some of these teams, especially these passing teams. Dom Corsetti's been throwing the ball well. Braylon Wagner's been throwing the ball well. Aiden Patton's been throwing the ball well for Brockway. Owen Bish can throw. So that's how high school football has changed. This time of year, usually you have to rely on the running game, but with these quarterbacks, you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. Central Clarion has a bye. They'll come back and play the District 10 winner the following week, and we'll see how they go. But they had a tough time against Carn City in the first half last week in the District 9 championship game, but then they got on a roll. They ended up winning. Great job by Carn City to play them so well after losing 65-0 in the game during the regular season. So Central Clarion is another team to look for. I think they're going to make a really long run. So when we come back to the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet, we're going to talk about Clarion Volleyball and Carn City Girls Soccer.
Hi, my name is Jason, and welcome to Sweet Basil. Come on in.
The Cooper Discoverer Road Plus Trail AT, our most trusted truck tire, is now better than ever and available for your truck or SUV. They're designed for the reliability and durability to find adventure beyond the pavement and are backed by a Cooper mileage warranty of up to 65,000 miles. Learn more about the reliable Discoverer Road Plus Trail AT at CooperTire.com. Count on Cooper. Or stop by Carly Tires in Clarion. Carly Tires, the area's largest selection of tires.
Afford a gorgeous, custom-designed hardwood Kale's kitchen for a lot less than you'd pay at a DIY store. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. At Kale's, there are never middleman markups or hidden charges that can add 40%. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. That's FactoryDirectKitchens.net.
A division of M&B Group is your trusted local ready-mix supplier for residential and commercial projects. Dubrook provides a full line of decorative concrete, as well as concrete supplies, along with a variety of concrete tools and accessories. Dubrook can provide services large or small for residential and commercial projects to contractors or homeowners. Dubrook is here to provide you with options and ideas to make planning your next project simple. Let Dubrook help you with the supplies you need to get the job done. Dubrook is proud to support our local communities with plants in Clarion, Du Bois, St. Mary's, Butler, Evans City, Bradford, and Meadville. Call 1-844-382-7665.
Need reliable plumbing or heating services? Call Luton's Plumbing and Heating. Fast, friendly, and available 24/7. Call them at 814-226-8695.
Welcome back to the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet. We just talked football. We're going to talk some volleyball now. Clarion Volleyball, they're back. They're in the state playoffs. They're in the second round of the state playoffs this week, and they have they're coming off of a big win on earlier this week, in which Hadley Campbell had a huge game. Lots of digs, lots of kills. Marley Klein did the same thing. Clarion Volleyball is playing back at the level where they were used to a few years ago when they made all those epic runs, winning state titles. They kind of look a lot like that team now with the mix they have with Addie Campbell setting, Marley Klein hitting, Hadley Campbell hitting, Natalie Durish playing libero, digging everything in sight, Allie Burford at the net, getting blocks. They're playing really well and they're serving well and they have one of the best coaches in the state too. But they have an interesting matchup here this week against Fraser, the Whippeal runner-up team, very good team. Of course, everyone you play in this round is going to be very good. But that game is at North Allegheny High School at 2 p.m. on Saturday. I know Clarion is geared up for that one. But let's just talk a little bit too about Hadley Campbell and Marley Klein. Hadley Campbell was hurt a lot of the season. She had a variety of injuries, really battled through it. She's healthy now and she's playing healthy. Talking to Coach Campbell, Sherry Campbell, the other night, she was just talking about just what a great match she had just against Eden Christian Academy, just putting balls down, swinging hard, lots of velocity on her kills. And then Marley Klein's really developed into a superior sixth rotation player. She's been getting digs, she's been getting kills. She's playing really well right now. So Clarion's really definitely on a roll. We're going to talk too a little bit about Redbank Valley and Clarion Limestone volleyball. Great seasons for both teams. Redbank Valley started out real slow. They got hot. They had a really, really rough KSAC tournament. They got better from that. They went and they won the District 9 title. And then they ran into a buzzsaw this week. Were knocked out of the playoffs. But then you have CL. The same thing kind of happened to them. They were on a roll. They lost to Clarion in D9 playoffs, and then they lost the other night to end their season. But both had tremendous seasons, and both will be back next season. So when we come back, we'll talk a little bit Carson City soccer, and then we'll wrap things up for the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet.
At Clarion County Community Bank, you're more than just a number. With personalized service and modern conveniences, they make banking easy. Clarion County Community Bank, where community comes first.
Dubrook, a division of M&B Group, is your trusted local ready-mix supplier for residential and commercial projects. Dubrook provides a full line of decorative concrete, as well as concrete supplies, along with a variety of concrete tools and accessories. Dubrook can provide services large or small for residential and commercial projects to contractors or homeowners. Dubrook is here to provide you with options and ideas to make planning your next project simple. Let Dubrook help you with the supplies you need to get the job done. Dubrook is proud to support our local communities with plants in Clarion, Du Bois, St. Mary's, Butler, Evans City, Bradford, and Meadville. Call 1-844-382-7665.
And welcome back to the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet. We talked to North Clarion soccer. We talked about football. We talked about volleyball. Now we're going to circle back to soccer again. We're going to talk about the Carson City girls and their big win the other night in the first round of the state playoffs, and their big win to win the District 9. Previously, the week before, we have to start talking. When you talk Carson City, you have to start talking about legacy. They've won 26 District 9 championships. That is a staggering number. Even Coach Tracy Daly was like, wow. When you think about it, that's really hard to do. And she's right. It's really hard to win even one district championship, let alone 26 in 29, 30 years, which is what they've done. They beat Brockway 1-0 in a tight game, and then they came back and won another tight game in overtime against Winchester Thurston the other night. They got an overtime goal from a freshman, Caitlin Van Dyke, who's been so clutch, so money this year as a freshman. And the cool story about Caitlin Van Dyke is her mom, Rhonda Vlasic, was on the Carson City 2000 girls basketball state championship. So she has that pedigree there, Caitlin Van Dyke, and now she's shown it on the soccer pitch. During her club season, she plays defense. During the high school season, she plays offense, and it's really kind of helped her become a dynamic player. She had a game-winning goal in overtime against Winchester Thurston. She's had 20 goals this year. She's playing great. And I also want to mention Savannah Prescott, the goalkeeper, who's been playing great too. She has a pretty serious knee injury. She has her kneecap, under her kneecap, she has some cartilage damage. Her kneecap slides around. It's painful. There's really nothing she can do about it. She just has to go to rehab. There's not really a surgical option. She's just going to have to live with it. But she had a tremendous match against Winchester Thurston the other night. She had 9 saves. None of them were easy. She kept the Carson City in the game after Winchester Thurston, the Bears, came back and tied it at 1-1 after Carson City scored Sophia Bonetto goal just 2 minutes into the match. Winchester Thurston came back, tied it, but she kept them off the board the rest of the time. So she's had a tremendous season, playing in pain. I felt bad for her. I interviewed her after the D9 championship game, and she was like, yeah, I have faith in my teammates. I don't know how much faith they have in me because I really haven't. I've been hurt. I really haven't been tested a lot. Well, I think they have a lot of faith in you now, Savannah. And it was kind of funny in the huddle after the match. Coach Daly was like, who here has faith in Savannah Prescott? And everyone's hands went up. So, but they face another tough challenge here. They play in the second round of the state playoffs on Saturday at 2 p.m. at North Allegheny against Seton LaSalle. Seton LaSalle is one of the best teams in the WPIAL from District 7, and they're going to have their hands full there. But hey, it's state playoffs. Everyone's going to have their hands full at this point in the season. So thanks for joining us today. We talked to North Clarion soccer. We talked some football. We talked some volleyball. We talked some more soccer. It's going to be an interesting weekend. We'll see how everything shakes out. Thanks for joining us. This has been the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet. We talked football. We talked to North Clarion boys soccer. We talked volleyball, and we talked some more soccer. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything shakes out this weekend. But we'll see how it goes. So thanks again for joining us. This has been the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet.